joined by Iran Tal, who's the CEO of Volta Solar Public Energy Company. Mr. Tal, thank you very much for speaking to India today. How are you and your company looking at the energy conditions of the world? Because we are seeing a very, very clear reduction in oil and gas supplies. What is next for the world?
Good morning, Darren. Thanks for having me. So we are obviously in a new phase of this war. It's become apparent that it's an energy war, right? We're seeing the prices of oil and gas skyrocketing. Oil is at 115, gas up 30%. And obviously it's about to impact all over the world in terms of prices, be it electricity prices or the price at the pump if you're not driving an electric vehicle. I think it alludes to something we call an Iran effect, meaning every time there's such a conflict, you see this push towards solar energy, because obviously if oil is the battlefield, solar energy could be the shield.
So you are based in Israel, you're coming to us from Tel Aviv. Your company has been working on expansion of the solar energy, the green energy market. Are you seeing any move by the public, whether it's in your country or in other countries, to shift to a solar-based energy? Because in India, at least, we've seen a government pushing people to adopt solar as much as possible. Of course, that has not gone up as much as we would have liked given today's energy situation.
So first of all, I think India is doing an amazing job. India is ahead of its goals. It's now, I think, nearing 30% of your electricity production from solar. And you've been growing very fast in the last couple of years, and it's super impressive and actually inspiring. We here at Israel have a lot of sun, and Volta is leading the way in the distributed solar, meaning the solar rooftops, both in the residential segment and in the municipal, commercial, industrial segments. And my call is for everyone, both in Israel and in India and in the rest of the world, to keep on pushing away from the fossil the fossil fuels, the fossil fuel economy, and towards the solar energy kind of economy, because when you think of it, the sun is everyone's. And as we push to more and more energy produced by the sun and less of the burn and mine or mine and burn economy, I think it would also can lower the tensions and this choke points, as we see now in Hormuz, that actually is creating chaos and panic all over the world.
So, sir, if we can get your take on this, as you just mentioned, the choke points, the tensions are creating panic across the world. Do you foresee that if this war continues, what is your take on what can happen to the energy requirements of the world? We just saw the US Treasury Secretary hinting that they could possibly think of unsanctioning the Iranian oil. What impact are you seeing on the world economy, the oil-based economy, the gas-based economy? Because this is not just about the oil supply per se. It's about every sector that requires fuel to function, isn't it?
Definitely. Well, I think in the short term, all of the world would experience this spike in fuel prices, and it affects the electricity prices, and it affects the transportation prices. So in the short term, we would definitely all suffer from a kind of a rise of the cost of living and the cost of making business and manufacturing things. But I think, going back to this Iran effect, on the flip side, I think it gives a wake-up call for all of the world to, as I said, push to a more sustainable energy economy in which you produce the plurality of your energy, most of your energy from the sun, so that there is no choke points. Because as long as the sun would continue, to shine, and it's here very reliable for the next, 4.5 billion years at least, And when you have such a situation, when you are not that dependent on oil and gas, apart from having cleaner air and taking care of our single planet, I think it locks in the prices. It's the number one hedge in terms of price, because once you've installed that solar system, and obviously if you also combine it with a storage system, and we've been doing a lot of those.
So, sir, just as a last question, when you're talking about getting the solar system moving to a more sustainable, what about the sourcing of the products required for installation of those systems? That is also something that the world will have to consider. If you're moving to a solar-based energy system, where are the panels coming from? Where is the, as you said, storage capacity coming from?
Yeah, so actually panels are coming, a lot of them are coming from China. Some of them are coming from the United States and Europe. India is making great strides in pushing your solar panels production, and it's beautiful. I think we want to see more and more of that, and that's the future.
Thank you very much, Mr. Tal, for speaking to us.